Previously on The Adventure Zone, Hieronymus Wigginstaff's School for Heroism and Villainy.
Argo Keen here.
Sir Fitzroy Maplecourt.
I have no name.
I'm Gary. I'm Groundsy the Groundskeeper. This is Hernandez, the animal handling professor. In the center of the grounds,
My name is Rolandus Fontaine. This sorcerer is Zena. This is Rhodes the Ranger.
my name is Buckminster Eden. My sidekick, Leon. This is my friend Rainier.
My name is Stuart LeBiff.
My name is Tomas, the counselor. Hieronymus Wigginstaff. My brother, Higglemus Wigginstaff. You're the failed one, right?
Sir Fitzroy Maplecourt.
You're the one whose magic came and ruined everything for you. Shafts of light begin to pierce through your dorm room window. It is just barely morning, the wee hours of the morning. And Argo, you wake, not fully, just slightly wake, to the sensation of something gently brushing your mustache. Please give me a stealth check.
A stealth check?
Yes.
All right, stealth check. That's a 15 plus 8. Would that be right?
Yes.
No, what?
Yeah, he's a rogue, my dudes.
So did I just get a 23?
You
Yeah.
did.
That may be the
you
highest.
you got a 15 plus 8. Let's not go hog wild,
That's fair.
okay?
That's a 23.
No, it's not actually. It's actually a 15 plus
It's
8.
a dirty 23.
It's such a dirty
Brennan Lee Mulligan would say.
It's a nasty 23.
I will
yeah.
take a nasty, funky 23.
With your funky 23, you remain calm and you're able to just like slightly open one eye and peer at what is happening. There is a cat in the room that is difficult to perceive, that is sitting on Argo's upper chest, that was most definitely not there when you all laid down to go to sleep or to zone out, depending on which one you are.
I want to cautiously lean over the side of the bed and do an arcana check. Just kind of see if I know what my experience with magic is. Nearly non-existent, which is reflected by my very bad arcana score, but I do want to see if I can kind of discern what's going on with it, why this thing is intangible in the way that it is. That is a nat 1 plus 1.
You don't
is
know
a
shit.
2.
You're like, is that a cat?
Yeah, what's up with that dog?
Friend Furbolg, friend Druid, don't you have an affinity for animals and stuff? Could you get this cat off my chest?
Why are you frightened? It is cat.
I've never seen one before.
Yes. I will help.
Okay.
Is cat.
Great. So instead of running through phylum and genus and all that stuff, could you maybe ask it nicely to not maim and deform me?
Sure. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yes. Cat. Cat. Cat.
The cat turns and looks at you.
I can see you will not be reasoned with. I am sorry. I am sorry, Argo. He will not listen.
Gary, help!
Hey, how's it going there?
Roll over and go back to sleep, or at least try to.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the castle cats. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. They come and go Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Gary. I hope that you slept well, if that's a concern of yours.
I don't sleep. I'm a magical stone kind of golem thing,
I figured that
but I
was-
appreciate the sentiment.
Sure, doorknobs don't need to sleep either. So
I'm not a doorknob. I'm somewhere between that. Come on.
I am actually allergic to quantumly untangled animals, specifically cats, and so I will need this dealt with, I guess.
Okay, let me teach you a magic spell. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Shoo.
You want me to hit him with a shoe?
No, SHOO. Shoo.
Okay. Shoo.
And the cat jumps off of you, and as it jumps just before it hits the floor, it disappears, almost like it was jumping through a hole you could not see.
I am having a think. I think maybe it's good thing we are at this school. We cannot make a cat go away.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Not our finest hour, boys.
All right, well, now that you all are awake, there are some announcements this morning. This is just kind of a general announcement for all students. There are no secret passages at Wiggenstaff's. And finally, another general announcement for anybody planning to head out to Hope for some supplies or, just to visit the town. Be sure to stop at the bursar's office and talk to Osric to set up your line of credit.
Gary, help?
Yes?
Who do I speak to about setting up in-room dining?
Well, you could maybe leave that in the comment box at Tomas's office.
I have a question about Gary
Okay.
for you.
Oh.
Is the Gary a hive mind? Does each individual Gary have
Gary a hive mind?
does each individual Gary have sentience? Does this Gary that is in our room know things that the other Garys do not about us? Or is all information shared between Garys instantaneously?
All information is shared between Garys. It is a hive mind, though, with individual consciousness is. So your Gary has its own individual personality, and as does every Gary. But they do share information betwixt one another.
This is going to be some her shit, because if Gary falls in love with me, Gary could also fall in love with everybody else, and I get jealous.
Listen, Griffin, Gary doesn't have time for love. He's career-minded, you know what I mean? He's out there. He doesn't have time to have it all.
And it might be a good, rule of thumb for maybe you tone down the attractiveness if you can, just to avoid all those entanglements.
Are you talking about with Gary? Because Gary can't tone it down, honey. He's got...
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I knew that was just Fitz. I thought maybe he could back
Yeah, Tumblr's really enjoying the narrative of you and me arguing about who gets to play the attractive character this season.
So here it is, the first day of class, and you all have chosen some electives for the day.
I turn to the two of you as we're walking through the quad, and I say, gentlemen, I apologize if I was brusque yesterday during our orientation. I found myself in an exceedingly difficult scenario, one of the worst I've faced so far in my life, and I may have made a bad first impression with the two of you, and if we are to be living together, I figure we may as well crush the beef. And so, can we start over?
So are you referring to when you were, so shocked and repelled by us being your roommates that you decided you'd rather jump into a volcano or wrestle a kraken rather than hang out with us? Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, I can see how you would find that unpleasant.
Yeah.
And what about you, Bud? Or gosh, we need something. We're kind of dying out here.
I am fine.
Derek?
Derek. This turns to ash in my mouth.
Derek?
I
Derek?
shall not be Derek.
Okay, well, Firbolg friend, can you forgive me for being so harsh?
I will.
Cool, that was much easier than I thought it was going to be. What brings the two of you to this institution? Obviously, you probably picked up on my backstory of not failing so much as not completing my matriculation at Clyde Knight's Night School. What about yourselves?
I have a goal. I have a goal of being a sidekick, a very specific sidekick. I want to be a sidekick to the Commodore, the great naval hero, the Commodore. It's just recently become a dream of mine to be by his side kicking.
Shoot for the stars, as I always say, inspirationally.
That's my star right there.
What about yourself, Firbolg friend?
I am nothing, and I must serve.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to work with that. Well, here's to a good semester, I suppose.
Argo, you're on your way to class. You arrive at blame-taking class, and you are running just a little bit late, just a couple minutes, and you're the last person to arrive. There are 5 other students in the class, including Leon, who you recognize, and 4 others who you don't. And when you enter, even though you are late, the professor turns to you and says, "Oh, hello. I am so sorry. My fault. Come in." And the teacher is a halfling who is preparing his notes, getting them ready. And you know his name is Riveau. Riveau. As a sidekick or hinge person, deflecting blame from your hero and villain is one of the most important services you can offer. If your hero or villain were to cross someone important or ruin a relationship with a kingdom, it might make it difficult for them to be able to do business efficiently. So, you being there to say, "Oh no, it wasn't their fault, it was mine," can save the day and make you a hero. When I asked which class the Firbolg would choose to take, Justin, could you tell me what you chose to take?
No. But if you give me 10 seconds, I bet I'll remember.
You chose to take accounting.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Yes. I will say yes. I did choose accounting. You're right. Thank you. Yes.
Now, the class is completely full, and everybody is basically like vibrating with excitement. Now, Master Firbolg, are you a sit in the front kind of person, sit in the back, try to blend in the middle somewhere? What are we looking at here?
Probably sit towards the middle, I would guess. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So, as the fever pitch of excitement just reaches an unbearable level, the door bursts open, and a large white owl Aarakocra walks into the room and says, "Hello, students. Today you take the first step on the most important journey of your life, becoming a master accountant. Looking around this room, I can see in your eyes how many of you have dreamed of this day. But perhaps there is one or two among you who have scoffed at the importance of accounting." The class reacts with disbelief and murmurs. Yes, believe it or not, there are those out there who fail to see that without accounting, the world would crumble. So let us for a moment pretend that we all feel this way. Let us all take a breath and wonder, why is accounting so important? You see, no matter what any powerful king or influential lord would like you to believe, no one has infinite riches. Whether you have 1 copper in your pocket or 1 million gold, all finances have limits. There used to be a time when kingdoms were constantly competing to outdo one another. Sometimes it was with lavish festivals, and sometimes with unnecessary wars. The royals never thought of the impact this had on their coffers until it was too late. These were highly unstable times. Kingdoms rose and fell in the spans of decades. Workers went unpaid, and whole villages would starve. Then began the golden age of accounting. Kingdoms, guided by teams of accountants, began to think in terms of cost and benefit. Rather than hurling money around, they spent strategically and invested wisely. Wages were paid on time. Funds were set aside to cover those who found themselves unable to work, and infrastructure was maintained. This stability saved us, except there was a downside. It was incredibly boring. The kingdoms no longer competed, no longer partied, and no longer held lavish festivals. There was little entertainment to break up the monotony of life. And so, a new system was put in place, the system of heroes and villains. This system created exciting stories and spectacular battles while still keeping an eye on the bottom line. The heroes and villains became celebrities, and kingdoms boomed thanks to the tourism and merch sales. But if accounting teaches us anything, it's that everything comes at a price. Woe be unto any hero or villain whose costs outweigh the revenue they generate for the kingdom. They will find themselves out of work. That is why it is important that all of you, hero, villain, sidekick, and henchperson alike, keep a love for accounting ever burning in your heart and a watchful eye on your bottom line. And the whole room bursts into applause. Cheers, they're on their feet. They're absolutely losing it.
Scholastic Films presents the Golden Age of Accounting.
Golden Age, a city on the grove. Now, looking around this room, I see amongst us many nods, knowing smiles. Clearly, you are all well on your way to becoming expert accountants. Let's go around the room. We'll ask some questions and see what everyone already knows. I'll pick at random. There, Master Fearbolg. Tell me what you already know of accounting.
Nothing.
Oh. Nothing?
Where I come from, one does not own all own. Why would one have more than the others?
Sweet bird in heaven. Where to even begin? For a system of trade, so that one might exchange one's goods and services for someone else's goods and services to strengthen relations between communities as they share, and by share I mean sell, what they have to someone else, for many reasons. I don't even know how to begin to answer this question. Surely you must own something. You, the clothes you're wearing, you own. Those are yours, yes?
Not if you want them.
I do not. I don't know if you were asking rhetorically, but just to establish, I do not want your clothes.
It is well.
Okay. Well, the Fearbolg brings up, kind of in a roundabout way, I suppose, the idea of ownership. And that brings us to the first part of the accounting equation. Assets. Now, Master Fearbolg, surely you must know what an asset is.
This is a thing that is helping is good.
Okay.
A thing you have that is helping is good.
Yes, okay. A thing that you have that is helping, that is good. Yes, or to put it another way, property owned by a business that can be used to operate and generate profit, I believe is what you meant.
Is this required?
Is it required for operating a business?
This class.
Oh. Yes, very much so.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Here's an easy one. All right? This is, you don't need to know.
Someone else.
No, you have become my opus, Mr. Field. By the time you leave here in 5 years, I think you will be a master accountant, or my name isn't Bartholomew. Now, if a kingdom owns a piece of real estate worth 25,000 gold, and they owe 18,000 gold on a loan for that real estate, what is the kingdom's equity in that property?
This is a splitting. In here, all are feeling this, yes? Is a splitting.
And he's grabbing his head as though he's trying to keep both halves of his brain together.
You can do this, Master Field. 25,000, and they owe 18,000.
This is why are there 25,000 of anything?
Because the property is worth 25,000.
What is 25,000?
Okay, how about 25? It's 25 gold, and they owe 18 gold. So what's their equity in it?
What is this? What is this equity?
It's their interest in property after all debts have been repaid.
There is a sound of a clanging. This. Surely. You hear this, yes.
Okay,
There is a fire. There is a fire behind the eyes. A splitting. It's a fire.
okay. I'm going to put it another way.
This is required.
Yes. And you know what? I believe in you. You've got this. It's worth 25.
What is 25?
Doesn't matter. It's worth 25.
Acorn.
Sure. It's worth 25 acorns. They still owe 18 acorns.
Why?
Because they're buying it from a squirrel.
The squirrel has money.
No, it's acorns. This is your setup.
Why would the squirrel ever give away the acorn?
No. You're giving the acorn to the squirrel.
What do I get?
His tree.
We can share the tree.
No.
It's very big.
You can't. The squirrel doesn't want to share the tree.
Room for a boat.
But, okay, in this scenario, the squirrel does not want to share the tree, you see.
A small tree. I find another is fine.
No, it's the only tree for miles. So, 25 acorns.
I have this.
No, that's how much it's worth to the squirrel. And you still owe 18 acorns. So you've already paid 7 acorns. So how much do you have of the tree?
He may stay in the tree with me.
He doesn't want to.
upstairs.
Nope. He said
is
it's
Joe.
all or nothing. He's going to
This
take the
is-
25 acorns you give him and trade that to another squirrel for an even better tree.
I do the joke. Trees do not have stairs.
Okay. You've given me a lot to think about, Master Fearbold.
Friend owl.
Yes.
Friend owl.
Yes.
When do I get the acorns?
No, they are acorns of the mind.
The splitting
Okay.
has returned. It is a tearing divided mind to make acorn.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been a great first class. I need to do some restructuring on my syllabus for the coming weeks.
What is syllabus?
We're gonna call this one early. Please learn about accounting, at least a basic knowledge, before tomorrow's class. So that means, Fitzroy, it is time for your independent studies class in magic work.
I point out, I do just want to say none of this would have happened if you had let me test out of shield work. So I'm not placing any blame on anybody. This isn't the class for that. But
Two good jokes. Congratulations, Griffin.
So everyone else heads down to the tavern to grab a drink, and Fitzroy heads up the tower to the magic classroom to meet with his independent study teacher, Festo.
Festo is a fairy, yes?
Correct.
Featured in the trailer?
Correct.
That's how I remember Festo.
As you arrive in the classroom, at first you don't see anyone. The classroom is empty. And then a ball of light zips around the room before landing on the desk and growing to become you would guess, somewhere between 1.5 2 foot tall person with beautiful gossamer wings. And they say, "Hello, Mia Festo."
Hello, I'm Sir Fitzroy Maplecourt, Knight of Sentia to the realm of Goodcastle, and I have just...
Mia Festo!
Hello, Festo. Is that really how you speak, or are you sort
This
of
how
pulling a
Festo speak.
Okay. So I just electrocuted my roommates, and now I think I'm in detention. It's funny?
Did they die?
No. I mean, one of them came close, apparently. But no, they didn't. They did not die.
Then it's funny.
Okay. I have to sleep in the same room as them for, I'm guessing 5 years, so I apologize if I don't find the humor in the situation. Also, did electrocute my teachers, and that's obviously not
That's
great.
not funny. That's against school policy.
I figured as much. I assume I'll be receiving some sort of slap on the wrist for that. But anyway, is this detention? Am I going to be writing lines or...
No, we're going to work on your magic.
Okay. The good news for you is that I can only do one of those big electricity blasts a day. So you're cool until, sun up tomorrow.
I'd like to see you try to cast a spell on Festo.
As I said, I don't have any more juice in the tank, so I won't be casting that particular spell. Oh, I prestidigitate.
Ooh,
Would you like me to produce an odd odor?
not yet, not yet. Tell Festo about your magic.
It is, Festo, have you ever had a dream?
Festo dreams?
No, I'm sorry, like an ambition?
No.
I like Festo.
That's sad. That makes me sad, Festo. You've never had
The
something
fairy
that you've...
folk live in the moment.
Okay. But you've never had something that you've wanted your entire life? Like,
I want to party.
Festo, are you a teacher's assistant here, or are you the
I'm
actual...
a full-fledged teacher with tenure.
Wow, okay, congratulations. Anyway,
Thank you.
where I was going with that is I wanted to be a knight my entire life, so I do not know if you know this. I was enrolled at Clyde Knight's Night School and was in my final semester training personally under Sylvia Knight, the headmaster there, and I did catfish her, by which I mean I turned her into a catfish with a magical blast that I did not know that I had inside of me, and so I was removed from the academy, and now I'm here. So that's kind of where I'm getting in touch with my magic, you know? Really looking inside.
And that was your first magic?
That was my first magic, yes. What an unpleasant way for it to blossom.
Ah, how do you feel when you use your magic?
There is a certain loss of control that is the pits, and so mostly shameful.
Ah, so you do not love your magic.
Oh no! If you had some sort of like orb that I could touch, and then it would eat up my magic, like if you had some sort of cube that would drain my energies, do you have such a cube?
No.
Yeah, I figured that would be too easy. Anyway, once I get this under control, I will be leaving the school. Oh,
show Festo a spell.
I can produce an odd odor.
No, make light.
Oh, I can't.
Close your eyes. Make light.
I'm saying I literally okay. And I close my eyes. And I don't know a light spell, so I don't know if anything
What all
happens
can prestidigitation do?
Well, I can create I can create a shower of sparks, sure. Yeah, okay. I close my eyes, and I create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Your magic is sad.
That was a perfectly serviceable shower of sparks, I thought.
No. Your magic knows you do not love it.
Say that again?
Your magic knows you do not love it.
I do not know if I have it in me to court my magic.
I see. Festo sees the problem. You think of your magic as a curse.
Accurately.
You must learn to see your magic not as something to fight, but something to work with.
Festo, that is very, that would be very helpful if you knew what it was capable of.
I think you do not know what it is capable of.
Festo, I get you're trying to be sort of like wise and twist it around on me. I am saying, Festo, you don't know what's going on in there.
Okay, I'm not trying to be wise. Festo is speaking literally.
I am also speaking literally, Festo. There's some stuff going on in there that you do not want to goof around with.
Let me see your hand.
I show them my hand, and it's very clammy.
And they take their tiny fingertip and press it hard against your palm, and your palm glows for just a second.
Does it hurt?
It's warm. And Festo says, "Now, I want you to cast. Don't think. Cast."
Okay.
And when you cast, floating in front of you is a glowing magical familiar. And Festo has just imparted to you the spell, Find Familiar.
Thanks, Festo.
Now, I want you to care for your magic. I want you to work with your magic. You must respect it and teach it to respect you.
Festo, have you just given me a sort of virtual pet? Is that what you're saying? Is
It's
this
a familiar.
Right, is it like
But
an egg
not
that
too
I have
familiar. Ha,
That's-
Festo, make joke.
I'm saying, is this like a big bag of flour that I'm going to have to carry around with me at all times?
Yes. But also does magic.
So with Find Familiar, you gain the service of a familiar, a spirit that takes an animal form you choose: bat, cat, crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel. They appear in an unoccupied space within range, and they have the statistics of the chosen form, though it is celestial. It can be a celestial fae or fiend instead of a beast. And they act independently of you, but always obeys your command. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn. Familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. When it drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, and you can cast the spell again later to make it reappear.
Okay. Well, you know it ain't a cat.
So what form has it taken?
That's a good question. I wasn't expecting this. What would be fun to play with for an entire...
You can have it take different shapes.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's a crab.
Right now it's a crab? Great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so my magic's a crab, and I have to love it very dearly. Come here, sweet boy.
Pinch,
Come
pinch,
here,
pinch. That was Festo saying that. Pinch,
Okay.
pinch, pinch.
I will give him a kiss. I love my sweet crab.
No, you are faking it.
No, he's my best
That is
friend.
performative.
I will tell him all my secrets.
You do not feel the love in your heart. You are performing for Festo.
I'll give him a big hug.
You are a liar.
I'm sorry, Festo. I didn't mean to get heated there. I will take good care of this celestial crab. And then if you would not mind looking around for some sort of magic-eating orb.
Festo has to get to a party now.
Okay, Festo. Can I come?
Bye. And it turns back into the ball of light and zooms out the window.
I set my crab down. just walk away.
The crab follows you as you walk out of the room.
Crab, just stay. I don't know how to dismiss you because I just learned the spell, but are you really, do you need me to take care of you? Do you need food?
And the crab starts taking its claws and putting it to its mouth.
Oh, Jesus, God. Okay, let's go to the commissary or whatever.
You head down to the tavern to meet everyone else. Once you reach there, you find everything is in full swing. They are all hanging out at the table, and Zaina has a shift working at the bar and is giving you guys a nice discount. Everybody, let's say, is a little miffed because you hit them with Thunderwave.
But listen, it's cool now because my magic is this crab, and as long as I love it, nobody has to get hurt.
Everyone pauses for a second and then goes back to the conversations they were having. You notice everyone's drinks are empty, and they elect that it is Argo's turn to go up and get another round. So, Argo, it's your turn to head up to the bar.
Okay, so Argo walks up to the bar and says, hello, barkeep? Hello?
You know my name, Argo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hello, Zaina. Listen, do you have a house beverage? That is kind of on the cheap. I know this is on, my card, but paying it off might be a bit of a pain. Do you have something, cheap, yet filling?
I will see what we have in the back. And she heads in the back. And you hear to your right, Argo not keen?
Hi, I'm Argonaut Keen, yes.
And as you turn, you see Kinku standing there, who you would have sworn, you would have bet 100 gold, was not there a second before. And you realize that this must be the sneakery teacher, Jackal.
Hello, yeah, that's me, Argo Keen.
Argo not keen?
Argo am keen, yes. What are we laughing at?
I know about you, Argo not keen.
Well, that's good. What exactly do you think you know?
You are not exactly what you seem.
Look, who the hell are you?
My name is Jackal, and I listen. I pay attention.
So, Can we have this conversation in private sometime instead of in front of all my friends here?
Yes, we will talk. We will discuss many things. Perhaps we will discuss Mariah?
All right. Look, I'm not. I want to continue this conversation, but just not here, not now. But you tell me when and where, and I'll meet you somewhere. Okay.
I will meet you. Sorry, Argo, I was not able to find anything.
Ah. Oh, okay. Then I guess whatever everybody's having, go ahead and. Oh, I know. Put it on my friends tab here next to me.
He's gone.
Um.
And in his place, you see sitting on the counter a napkin with 2 rings, as though there was a glass dripping with condensation sitting on them that someone moved from one position to the next to create the image of 2 overlapping rings. And written at the bottom of it, in a scrawling handwriting, it simply says, Rain and Stone.
He grabs it with his rogue's dexterity and shoves it in his pocket before anybody can see it.
You return to the table, back to the laughing squad, enjoying their drinks at the end of another day.
I'm thinking about Snippy. Snippy or Clippy or Gurgles. He makes a gurgle noise.
And you return to find the crab sitting on the table eating some pretzels.
He likes pretzels.
When have I made a gurgle noise?
Oh, I'm sorry. Not. Yes. I would not choose your name or help you select your name with such a carefree. Do you like Snippy?
This is of no concern to me.
Okay. Well, I was thinking the crab would be Snippy. You could be Clippy if you want. Then that could be a fun. We could have fun with that.
And we also have a Dippy and a Tippy too, right?
Oh, dang! I think you're right.
Maybe I would be Ippy.
That's good.
This is nothing.
No, it was fun.
This is nothing.
We're having fun.
This is not fun.
And slowly, the conversation of new friends fades into the background den of a crowded tavern. Conversations about future plans, excitement about possibilities, worry about upcoming tests. All of it blends into one hum of crowded humanity. And it fades out, and we're left with silence.